Nice to have you again in the class. I think we have done, today will mark the 4th week in this class. Let me start by encouraging everyone to always make it a point of duty not to miss out on any lecture. And if for whatever reason that's unavoidable, you miss, try and go through the previous lecture so that you'll be able to flow with the rest of the class in the subsequent lectures. Let me start with the assignments of last week. I'm surprised I've not seen any response from anyone. I've not seen any response for the assignments. I don't think that is good enough. It's supposed to be 1 week because today there's going to be another series of assignments. Because the purpose of the assignment is to keep you on your toes, to help you, to gauge your understanding of the lecture that was taught. If there is anything for the lecturer to review. Emmanuel Cole, can you please? Good. So if I will encourage everyone to please do the assignments so that, because another set will come after today's lecture, and I don't want it to keep on piling up because it's going to form part of your CA. And I'm sure you know in higher institutions, continuous assessment is very, very important because it's going to affect your overall score. There's no way, even if you score 100% in the main exam, there's a place for the continuous assessment. And if it's not, it's not received on time, it will affect the score. So please take it very, very seriously. Thank you. Okay, so let's proceed with today's lecture. We are looking at courier services, pickup, sorting, and delivery processes. The 3 major processes involved in courier services. That's what we want to talk about. And I'm going to go through the introduction to courier services, which I believe everyone should know by now. Because at every lecture, I always mention introduction to courier service, and the same thing that we always talk about. Then we talk about the courier service cycle, pickup process, sorting process, delivery process, technologies in courier operation. Then we draw a conclusion by looking at some questions which will form the assignment for this week. Can we move on, please? Right. Introduction to courier services. It's still the same thing. It has not changed. Maybe changes in a few words, but it's still the same thing. Courier operations are specialized logistics activities focused on the rapid, secure, and reliable transportation of parcels, packages, documents, and goods from the consignor to the consignee. I purposely put those 2 terminologies there so that you get familiar with them. Consignor is actually the sender or the shipper. The sender or the shipper is the consignor, while the consignee is the receiver, the person to whom the package is delivered. So either call the fellow consignee or receiver, while the sender or the shipper can also be referred to as the consignor. And we have always been mentioning that central to courier service are speed, safety, track and trace, and POD. If you remove these 4 from courier services, then you no longer have courier service because you must be able to guarantee speed. Also, safety, you must be able to guarantee that the package you received is delivered in the same condition in which it was received. It must not be tampered with, must not be damaged, and must not be missing in transit. Then track and trace. You should be able to provide this facility for your services. Your customers should be able to trace and track the journey of the package from origin to destination. And of course, POD. We all know POD is proof of delivery. There must be proof of delivery. This is one special characteristic that differentiates courier services from postal services, or what the post offices do. Because with the post offices, in the traditional setting, there is no POD. When you post a letter, you don't get a feedback from the post office that your package has been delivered. Even though this is also becoming the thing of the past now, because post offices are now measuring up to standard. And then there are different types of courier services. You could have domestic operations, courier services that involve domestic operations. We mentioned that last week. That is, if you're operating within the confines of a country, like if we have a courier company that runs only within Nigeria, or only within Lagos, or only within a locality like Ikeja, you are still operating under domestic services. Then international, if you cross the border of a country, that is, you go from Nigeria to Niger, to Cameroon, to Ghana, to Togo, to Africa, to the rest of Africa, to Europe, to the United States, to the Americas, to Australia, and the rest of them like that. You are running an international operation. Express services are services that are done with maximum speed and time. Then expedited is a bit higher than express service. And then last mile delivery has to do with delivery to the consumer or to the receiver or to the customer, which marks the final destination of the service. And I said that is first mile, second mile, and that is last mile. The last mile is what takes the package directly to the receiver or the consignee. I also mentioned reverse logistics last week. Reverse logistics. So this is like a review, but it's still the same thing. Reverse logistics has to do with taking back a message after a delivery operation has been concluded. This is usually possible during delivery of parts operation. We are delivering a spare part to repair a particular engine or machine, and then you pick up the faulty parts and return it to the base. That is reverse logistics. All right, we taught this last week. So let's move on to the next slide. The courier cycle. This is the courier service cycle. And the courier service cycle starts with pickup, moves on clockwisely to sorting, continues to transportation, and then final delivery. Then you start the pickup service again. So it moves up clockwisely. That's why that arrow goes to the right. The operation starts with pickup, moves on to sorting, then transportation until the final delivery. That's the courier service cycle. And in between all of these, or in these activities and in between all of these activities, several smaller activities take place. And that is what we want to discuss today. We want to discuss the services under pickup, sorting, transportation, and final delivery. All the activities that take place under this major courier service cycle. Next, let's start with the pickup cycle, the pickup process, sorry. This is the first step where parcels, packages, documents, letters are collected from customers. That is the process that starts the courier service. And if this process doesn't take place, every other process involved in the courier service will not take place. This is what hands over the package to the courier company to deliver. It is the first step, the first stage, the starting point of the courier service. And there are several methods of pickup process. We can have scheduled pickups or on-demand pickups or drop-off points. I mentioned some of these last week. Scheduled pickups are pickups that are done on schedule, as the name implies. Usually it's done for businesses, companies, corporations, organizations, not individual. This is where there is a list of companies or pickup points that the particular service provider, maybe a courier or a driver or a worker or food courier, has to pick up from on that particular day. They are called pickup points. There is a list. Maybe Mr. A is a courier, or let's use a live name. Maybe Enival Logistics Company has a courier or a driver named Joseph. Joseph has a scheduled pickup for each day: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if they work on weekends. Pickup points for Monday may be different from pickup points for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the rest like that. So for his Monday pickup schedule, all the customers, all the companies that he must visit that Monday to pick up packages at specific time, identified times, are listed in that pickup sheet or pickup manifest. And so he moves from one point to the other to pick up packages. And as he picks them up, raises way bill for them, he put them in his lorry or in his truck or in his van or in the box of his bike. That is what is called scheduled pickup. They are pre-scheduled. They are customers or companies who are in partnership with the courier company and who the salespeople have approached and they have gotten business from to say, okay, on this particular time of the day, please come to our company to pick packages. And then they pay at the end of the month. Those ones are called scheduled pickups. They're usually done for companies or businesses. We also have on-demand pickups, or I also call them on-call pickup. That's what I also mentioned this last week. On-demand pickup or on-call pickup are calls where the customer will have to call the company, the courier company, to come and pick. These are not regular. They are irregular pickups. They will call maybe early in the morning or the previous day. They say, please come to our company on Tuesday to come and pick 10 cartons. They will mention what you are picking. And so someone is dispatched to pick up, to make those on-demand pickups or on-call pickups. Usually they are individuals. Sometimes they could be businesses, companies. And when they make the call, usually the regular courier who covers that route or that loop area is scheduled to make that pickup. But in case he has some other scheduled pickup to make that day, someone else will be dispatched from office to make that pickup. They are called on-demand pickups. And then we also have drop-off points. Drop-off points are people who take packages, letters, or parcels to certain places where they could be collected. I'm sure if you look around, you will see some courier companies have what they call service centers or express centers or pickup centers or retail partners or retail centers. Those centers could be owned by the courier company exclusively, and they have their staff manning those places. When you have such situation, you refer to them as service centers or express centers. But when such places are serviced by a third party, maybe a salon or a tailoring outfit, who partners with the courier company and say, okay, I can receive your packages for you, then you come and collect it at the end of the day. Those ones are called retail partners. They are merely partnering with the courier company, and there are so many of them in town. You could have a shop. For example, if you notice in all mobile filling stations, you will always see a UPS center there. All mobile. Go and take note if you have never noticed that before. This started when I was a staff of UPS several years back, and up to today, mobile filling stations have partnership with the UPS. So you will see them when you see where they advertise their PMS, their AGO, or their kerosene, you will see UPS logo there as well. And if you walk into any mobile filling station, I want to send package, they will direct you to UPS point there. So those are retail partners where you can go as a customer, drop your package there, pay, and then find your way. You don't need to start looking for UPS office. Those are called retail partners. And there are lockers also in specific places where courier companies have created. You can just go there. Okay. A personnel is there. He will open a locker for you. You put it there. Or you could buy a locker for yourself. Unlock it, put your package there, lock it back. Someone will come over to pick up the item. So these are the various methods of picking up packages. And what are the activities that are performed during pickup? The first thing that the pickup staff must do is to verify the package. This stage is very, very important. Very, very important, because verification will determine whether the package can fly or not, whether the package is worthy of being picked up. You will check the address. Is the address deliverable? That's the first thing. If it's not deliverable, it must be rejected at that point. Because if it's not rejected and it goes into the system, it becomes failure. And courier services are we measure access by the rate of failure that we have. So the manager will start asking, why should this package be picked up? Because originally there was a wrong address. For example, the address that the consignor put there is something like number 20, Surulere, Lagos. Number 20, Surulere, Lagos. That is an undeliverable address. You can never deliver to number 20, Surulere, Lagos. So a courier that sees that will quickly reject and ask them to correct the address before picking it up. It must not enter the system at all. So that is the need. That is why there must be thorough verification. Then you must check the content of the package, because it could contain hazardous material. It could contain packages that are not acceptable into the courier system, like drugs, like cash. You cannot collect cash. Like check, you cannot collect check. All of these things have to be checked and confirmed before they are sealed. You must verify the content of the package. You must also take the weight of the package, because the weight or the size of the package will determine the cost. The weight or the size will determine the cost. If it is ordinary parcel, we just round them off as 0.5 kg, letter 0.5 without weighing, 0.5 kg. But if it is it's a carton that is wide that a vehicle can carry, you don't only take the actual weight, you take the dimensional weight, because there are two types of weight. Dimensional weight means the size of the item. The item may not be heavy, but may occupy a lot of space in the van. So the dimensional weight will be taken as well as the actual weight. The higher will apply. That's the Courier standard. The higher of the two will apply. Because you may be carrying a chair or a table that may not be heavy, but it's going to occupy a lot of space in the van. So you take that dimensional weight and compare with the actual weight. That's why you must take note of the size. And then you must also consider if the package complies with the rules and regulations of the courier services. Then you must also complete a way bill. I will show you the picture of a way bill later, maybe after this slide. In the way bill, you have different information that has to be completed. The name of the sender must be there. The name of the receiver must be there. The address of the sender, the address of the receiver, their telephone numbers must be there. The weight of the item, because that is what the company is going to use to bill at the end of the day. Whether the package is a fragile package or not will be there. Whether it is needed for emergency, it shall be, all these details must be captured on the way bill. And on the way bill, must be a tracking number, because that is the tracking number that will be used to track and trace the package. And on some way bills, there is what is called barcodes. The barcodes are what the courier company normally scan and upload onto the system to be able to trace and track the package. So a way bill must be completed for every package that must be picked up. If it's not completed at the scene, at the point of pickup, packages could be taken to the hub and be completed there. Every package must have its own way bill. A package without way bill is a free job for the courier company. That means the courier company is just doing job for free. And if the package gets missing, nobody is going to be blamed. Nobody will be blamed. So there must be a way bill completed for every package. And the way bill is usually in triplicate or in 4 copies, 3 copies or 4 copies. The front page of the way bill goes to the owner. That is the sender of the package. He holds that copy. And when you fill on the top of you fill the first page, it goes in duplicate, it's carbonized, it goes into all the other copies, so that the same information that is on the first page goes into the other copies without tampering with it. If it is found out that there is a biro mark on other copies, then something is missing. Maybe the courier has written something else that is different from the original copy. Those are some of the auditors always check. If there is a biro mark on other copies, the first thing is to go and check what is written on the original copy. Because the price written on the original copy might be different from the price written on other copies, because it's the other copies that the company will use to bill the customer. So the first copies go to the sender, he retains it. The second copies, the third copies, and the fourth copy go with the package. The 3 copies go with the package. When the 3 copies get to the office, the courier office, the second copy goes to the account department, because that is what the account department will use to generate invoice for the courier, for the customer at the end of the month. The fourth copy goes to the operation department. That is what they will use to trace the package in the operation. If there is any issue, if you want to know where is this package, they will go and look for the way bill, the third copy. And then the final copy travels with the package. Everywhere the package goes, the final copy must go with it. Take note of all of this, not only for exam purpose, but for your operations. But in an exam setting, I can ask you, describe the completion of the way bill and the information that must be contained. So you must know that there must be 4 copies of the way bill, and then what each copy stands for, and where does each copy go. Don't forget, the first copy is retained by the sender or the consignor. Once you have finished and pick the package from him, you tear that copy and give it to him. That is evidence. That is the symbol of contract between the sender and the courier company. If the package gets missing, it can take that copy to court and claim billions. But if there is no tracking number, there is no, because the tracking number is also on that copy and all the other copies. If we cannot produce that copy, then there is no contract binding him or her and the courier company. So the sender must retain that customer's, we call it customer's copy. Then the second copies, the third copy and the fourth copy goes with the package to the hub, the courier company. And when it gets to the courier, the hub, the next copy is sent to the account department. It's usually green in color. They call it green color, green copy. They are all of different colors. The front one is always white, usually white. The second one is usually green color. It goes to the account department to do the billing. The third copy is usually pink color. It goes to the operation department to trace the package, while the final copy is usually white. That one goes with the package, travels to the package. Wherever the package goes, that one goes with the package for delivery. That is the copy that the receiver will sign on when the package gets to him. Then after completing the way bill, then the package is scanned. There are scanning machines or scanner for scanning the barcode on the way bill. When it is scanned, the barcode contains all the information that is filled on the way bill. That's what is in the barcode. And so the moment the scanner lights up and picks the barcode, every information filled on the way bill is transferred into the scanner. And most times this is what is used to upload onto the system so that we can know details about the package. But where there are no scanners, the moment the package and the way bill gets to the hub, the key entry people will start key entering the information into the system. But where technology is enabled, the scanner will just pick up the entire information. There's no need for scanning. It goes into the scanner, and the scanner, when the scanner is plugged into the dock, it is uploaded onto the system and onto the mainframe, and then you can begin to track the package. And then once all of these are done, all of these activities, the package is moved into the hub. And then there's different kind of technologies that are used, in pickup. You can use mobile app to do pickup. You can use GPS tracking to do pickup. You can use handheld scanners to do pickup. And there are certain challenges involved in pickup. One is missed pickup. I mentioned this last week. Bolutife, are you there? Bolutife? Hello? Bolutife?
Can you unmute your mic?
Yeah, maybe. Okay, you can unmute your mic. I'd like you to tell us what you understand by missed pickup. Is she with us? Oh, she's off now. Emmanuel. Okay, can
Yes,
anybody
sir.
tell us what is missed pickup?
Okay, she's back. She's back.
Yeah, anyone, so that we don't
Okay,
take our time.
Buluwatipe.
Emmanuel, can you tell us if Boluwatife is getting set? Okay, let me just proceed. Missed pickup is when a scheduled pickup is not made for whatever reason. When a courier, a driver, or a food courier didn't go or didn't visit the customer to make the pickup. There could be so many reasons. There could be hold up or traffic congestion, bad road, breakdown of vehicle, breakdown of bike. There could be arrest of bike by LASMA. There could be so many reasons. Or there could be, he arrived there and the office is closed. There could be so many reasons why a pickup schedule is not made. But whatever reason it remains a missed pickup. And it is a failure against that courier for that day. It's a failure. If there are repeated missed pickups, you will earn suspension because it is lost revenue. And the guy may have a genuine reason. My bike broke down on the way. Why didn't you check your bike in the morning before leaving? That's the question. Because every courier company will have mechanics in their workshop, in their office, to check bikes, check tire, check whatever. Why wouldn't you get early to the company to make your pickup? If you say time was against me, the company has closed before I got there. Because every scheduled pickup has a pickup time. If you miss that time, then you will subsequently miss other pickup points, and then there will be failure. So courier companies usually don't entertain missed pickup at all. You will have 5 companies to visit on that particular day to make your pickup, and you miss one. When I was an operation manager, I would not take it lightly with the courier. It's a big mistake. So missed pickup is a challenge, and every courier must try to avoid missed pickup for whatever reason. But if there is rainfall, you have rainfall. Rainfall usually doesn't stop you from doing your job as a courier because we provide you with raincoat. you stop if it's raining. You open your box, remove your raincoat, and put it on and cover your head, cover everywhere. So you can't say because it was raining. However, if there is flood, and because of flood, you couldn't pass the area, the next thing is to call your manager in the office, call your salesperson or account officer in the office to call the customer and reschedule the pickup. You must reschedule the pickup. It's raining heavily. There is flood in Yanopaja. I cannot cross. I just park somewhere in the filling station until the rain subsides so that I can. If that happens, then you can reschedule the pickup. But you don't just allow missed pickup to thrive. This is not good for the business. It's a reason why so many courier companies run out of business. Then incorrect labeling, incorrect address. You must label the package with your way bill very well. And then when the way bill is correctly filled, you must tick the way bill on the box. On the box. When a way bill is incorrectly filled, like wrong weight, whether dimensional or actual weight, is going to affect the revenue of the company. Then if there is improper packaging as well, it's another challenge in pickup. If it is a fragile item, before you pick up, before your courier pick up, you must ask the customer to package the item very well, because you cannot guarantee the safety of the item if it is not well packaged. And if the customer says, you can package it for me, you have to charge him for that cost, because you are going to use so many things like foam, like extra cartons to package the item. There is an extra cost for that. Usually we do it for custom because we are specialists in packaging. We have people in the hub, so you move the item to the hub, do the right packaging, and then do the labeling. So those are the challenges involved in pickup. Let's move on to the next slide. The next slide. Emmanuel, let's move to the next slide. Okay. Okay, that's the next slide. I hope it's clear enough for you to see. That is an example of a way
Excuse me, I have a question, sir.
Can you note it down, please?
I have a question, sir.
Note your question down, please.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
That is an example of a way bill. That way bill is not clear. From track. Yeah, you see it when the paper is sent to you. You are looking at it from your phone, not your computer. If your computer is wide enough, because that thing will cover the entire space of your computer, so you'll be able to see well. So if you are looking at it from your phone, you may be able to see well. So when you receive the lecture note, you will check it. This item shouldn't go beyond this class, because this way bill belongs to Tranex. It's a courier company, and they did not give me the permission to use their way bill for a class setting or for discussion or for training. So let's keep it within this class. Okay. So if you check the way bill, you will see the account number. Every company has account number, because that is where how we trace the company who is doing business. We have the sender's reference number. You have the shipper's name. Shipper is also the consignor or the sender. You have the origin. You have the zip code. You have the city, phone number, address. All those details must be there. Date and time and signature of the sender, as well as signature of the receiver. They are all there. The destination, the weight, the number of items, maybe it is 3 packages that you are picking. And I would like to say something about that. When you are picking 3 packages, 4 packages, or multiple packages, under pieces, there is a way we write the pieces in Courier, in the Courier setting. If you are picking, let's assume a particular courier, this particular is picking 5 packages from a customer with the same way bill, except he's using one way bill. I mean, one way bill for each package. But if it is one way bill to cover the entire packages, the first package will be numbered 1 of 1. The second pack, 1 of 5. Sorry, there are 5 packages to pick. 1 of 5. The second one will be 2 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, 5 of 5. So whoever picks the package will know that there are 5 packages tied to this way bill number or tracking number. So if 4 or 5 is missing, all the other packages are stopped until that one is found. Those packages will not move. But if it is just one package, just put 1 under pieces. Then the zip code, the phone number, and every other information must be contained in the way bill. And the way bill will be affixed into the package. So that's an example of a way bill. Let's move on to the sorting process. Just note your question so that you can run through and then ask questions later.
Yeah. Are you there, sir? Okay, you are muted, sir. I don't know. I think so.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Sorry. Let me start all over again. Can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, we can now, sir.
Oh, sorry. All right. I was muted. Let me start all over again. The sorting process is the process of categorizing parcels or packages or letters into different destinations or different delivery routes. As the name implies, it has to do with sorting or separating those packages to where they are going or their destination or their delivery routes. That is the process. This process takes place in the hub. I believe we still understand what the hub is. We discussed it last week. I showed the picture of the hub. That is where operation takes place. Something you can call the warehouse or the workshop. You don't call it workshop or warehouse, you call it the hub in the courier setting. That is where sorting takes place. And all the packages that are picked up have different places where they are going. They are not all going to the same place. It's not possible. Some could be going to Marina, some to Cross River, some to overseas, like that. All of them are brought into the hub from different places that are picked up from different places. They are brought into the hub. And when they get to the hub, then the sorting process starts after they are unloaded from the truck. The process of removing packages, luggages, and documents from the truck is called unloading. Though most people use the word offloading, it's usually unloading. UNLOADING. You are unloading from the truck. And when you are putting them back, you are loading the truck or you are loading your courier box. It's either loading or unloading, not offloading. Now, there are major two types of sorting. You have manual sorting and you have automated sorting. Manual sorting means that you have sorters, human beings, who are the ones separating these parcels. When you go to a typical hub, you see people are very, very busy because they are working with time. They will pick a bundle of package, look at the address, the final address, and then they drop it in the box that is already labeled for the package to go. In a typical hub, you have sorting units, something like pigeonholes that are already pre-labeled. Lagos, Kaduna, Ibadan, Badagry, Maiduguri, Yenagua, London, USA, and the rest like that. And so when they are sorting, they are moving from one side to the other, and they are throwing the paper into the pigeonhole. We don't call it pigeonhole. We call it courier boxes or holes, where those packages are thrown into. That is the manual sorting process. If there are packages that are going to Africa, first of all, they have primary sort before secondary sort. This one is not written on your notes, but take note of that. Primary sort means that you are sorting to the first level of destination, while another sort will still take place that will enable you sort into the next level of destination. For example, in a typical hub, there could be somebody separating packages into international routes, like Africa, North America, South America, Australia, Asia. Somebody will sort. Then after sorting, somebody will see, that's the primary sorting. Somebody will still go and start sorting the African ones to Angola, Ghana, Sierra Leone, South Africa. That's secondary sorting. Somebody will first of all do primary sorting. Then somebody will go to the North America and sort to Canada, USA, Mexico. Somebody will go to Asia or Europe, for example, and sort to France, Czechoslovakia, Rome or Romania, sort to England, UK, then different countries like that. So we have primary sorting and secondary sorting under manual sorting. Then we have automated sorting. Automated sorting is when you use machines or robots to sort your packages, scanners and the rest like that, with the use of conveyor belts, barcode scanners, RFID systems, to direct passes to where they should be. I will show you the picture of a conveyor belt or a roller belt later on, because we have that in UPS. Not many courier companies have it. It's a belt that sort packages, where packages moved. I'll show you the picture later on. So that is something. When you automate your sorting process, it is called automated sorting. It's not manual. It's not a human being that is doing it. You are now using a machine or robots, because robots do sort too. I saw robots sorting in Germany. Then key functions. It is at this level that you identify the destination of a package. You sort to local packages. For example, you have packages going to Yanopaja, Ikeja, Victoria Island, Lagos Island, and the rest like that. They are local sorting. Then you have regional sorting. When you start sorting into areas beyond the local, when you get to, when you are sorting to states, for example, sorting to Niger State, you are sorting to Cross River State, you are sorting to Akwa Ibom State, you are sorting to Sokoto State, and then there's international sorting. We are sorting to international countries, international destinations like that. First of all, when packages are sorted at the local level, they are delivered within the local setting. But when they are sorted into regional setting, you have to involve another level of transportation to move it to that region. For example, when you sort packages to Sokoto State, for example.
Where they give it to, I should not know when you come inside her. Now she got the fear, I think about thing you do to come inside her. Babe, I do come inside me, they know they ever know. Eh, you know, you ever know, baby, come inside me. Why did you come inside?
Courier,
That photo
Courier.
is
Emmanuel,
gone.
can you help
Just
us?
forget. If she know ever,
Help
if you
us with
know,
your mic, please. Good. All right.
All right, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes, we can hear you now. So when you sort into to the north, for example, so you move everything to the northern hub. There's another hub called northern hub. For example, I'm using the Courier companies where I have worked. There's always a northern hub, and that is in Abuja. Everything goes to Abuja, and when you get to Abuja, you start sorting to the other locations in the north. You sort to Kaduna, sort to Kano, sort to Maiduguri, sort to Yola, sort to Mina, sort to other locations in the north. The same thing, those going to the east, you go to Port Harcourt, and when you get to Port Harcourt, you start sorting it to all other locations. Ujo, Calabar, Makurdi, you sort to Akwa Ibom, you sort to the eastern locations as well, so that it will be easier for delivery. And then you also do priority separation, priority sorting into express, standard, fragile, dangerous packages. Packages that need to be delivered that same day. You sort them out to take them to the airport immediately because they must be delivered that same day. This one that should be delivered 24 hours or next day. You sort them into it. Standard, that's 48 hours or 72 hours. Fragile items, you move them to a separate sorting area. Fragile items. Then dangerous items, move them to a separate location as well and put the correct label on them. For example, for the fragile items, you must put the fragile label on it. So whoever is looking at this, even from a distance, will know that that package is a fragile package and should be handled with care because it can be broken. Maybe it's diamond or gold, or maybe they are China wares. Okay, you must label them appropriately and correctly so that, or could be a windscreen. We move windscreen of vehicles. Okay, we move flat screen televisions. So you must crate them very well, package them very well, and then ensure that you label them appropriately, that they are fragile, so that whoever is handling them will handle them with care. Then you must generate manifest. Manifest generation, a manifest is a document that contains the list of packages going in the same direction. That's a manifest. You generate it electronically from your scan, or print it out, or send it with the, it must be printed out and sent with the packages. If you are moving, for example, 400 packages to the northern hub, you must generate a manifest that contains the tracking numbers of those 400 packages. That's the manifest. And then you attach a hard copy to those packages and send one by email to the destination. So before the packages arrive, the destination already know those packages that are coming to them. They already have the idea, and they prepare people that will sort them when they arrive. So when they arrive, like I told you last week, the first thing to do when those packages arrive is to do tallying. Tally is spelled Talllying. That is, you look at the manifest, look at the tracking number one, look at number one package, and compare if package number one with tracking number is part of those that arrive. Anyone that is in the manifest sent that didn't arrive with the packages, you note it and you send back to the origin that this package tracking number so did not arrive our center, and then you start tracing. That's the use of manifest. Then that's manifest generation. I could ask you to give a description of a manifest and prepare an example of a manifest. What is the use of the manifest? The use of the manifest is to ensure that every package dispatched from the origin arrive the destination intact, that none is missing. If you send a manifest of 40 packages by email, I will receive the manifest. By the time the packages arrive, maybe one day after, all the 40 packages must be accounted for in the manifest. The process of tallying them is called tally. Then finally, after sorting, there's what is called consolidation for transportation. After manifest and after you have sorted, then you start consolidating those packages. All the packages that are going to VI, maybe there are 50 of them. You load them to the truck that is taking them. That is consolidation. You consolidate all of them together. You bring them together, package them together, and load them into the truck. Don't forget, like I said last week, while you are loading your truck with the package that you are going to go and deliver, or loading your box, your courier box, the packages must be arranged in the order of delivery. The last package that you are going to deliver, based on your knowledge of that route, should be the one that is lying at the base of the box. The one that you deliver first, which is nearest to your center. As you are leaving the center, the first point of delivery, that package should be the one on top. You should do all that arrangement in the hub before you leave. That will save your time rather than going to the point of delivery and then you start ransacking, searching. Where is the package now? But I took it in the office. Where is it now? No, you arrange them in order of delivery so that it will be easy to deliver. That is sorting. Then what are the technologies used in sorting? I've mentioned conveyor belt before, roller belt. Conveyor belt is used to sort packages, to move packages in a row without anybody touching them. It's mechanically controlled. Once you put it on, you see the packages on the belt. The packages are just placed on the belt and they start moving. They start moving. Depends, it could be just one linear conveyor belt or roller belt. For the conveyor belt, the packages are moved mechanically. For the roller belt, the packages are pushed along the roller belt. They are rolled to the next level. And you can have a hub with arrays of conveyor belts everywhere, with one point directing packages from one point to the other, depending on the size of the hub. Then you have automated guided vehicles, AGVs. These are technologies also used to sort packages in the hub. And then robotics, of course, robots also can be used to move packages within the hub. So these are the technologies that are used. And then challenges. We have mis-sorting. Mis-sorting is when you sort a package that is going to another location, to one location, and you sort it to another location. I gave an example last week of somebody who wanted to sort a package that is going to Marina from our hub. When I was with UPS, I think, was it UPS or Courier Plus? The package was going to Marina. The guy who is sorting has a lot of package to sort within some time. And then the moment he saw something Mina, he didn't wait to see Marina. He just sorted it into Mina. And that was how the package was transferred to Mina. The package that was going to Marina, that one is called mis-sorting. Okay, because mis-sorting always results to misrouting. Misrouting is the package is going to this route, you took it to another route. That's misrouting. That package was misrouted. So mis-sorting usually leads to misrouting. For example, a package going to Lagos Island. and you just saw Island. You didn't know this is Victoria Island, and you sort it to Lagos to Victoria Island. That is you have misrouted the package. So the package has to be rerouted back to the hub, rescanned, and sent to the original location. There's also system downtime. If the scanner breaks down or the computer breaks down, it can cause delay in the sorting process. And then there is problem with the handling of fragile items. I think I've told us what fragile items are. Items that could easily damage if not well handled. So most times you just discover that certain items are fragile items are damaged when wrongly handled in the hub. And that is when the right label is not placed on it, because there should be a fragile label. Every hub must have it. It's usually red in color so that you can see it from afar. It's placed on every fragile item so that whoever is handling will handle it with care. You find situations where fragile items get damaged. And that is why most time all hubs have CCTV camera to pick whoever damaged the packages. So those are the challenges. Those are the challenges involved in the sorting process. So let's move on to the next slide. Now, we are in the delivery process. The delivery process in the courier is that process that's involved with actual handing over the package to the receiver. That is the final stage of the courier process. Actual handing over of the package to the recipient or the consignee or the receiver. And this stage completes the courier process until the package is delivered and the right POD is obtained. You have not concluded your courier operation. And the steps involved in this: number one, you dispatch package from the hub. Don't forget, we are doing the sorting process. Packages have been sorted. The next thing is the delivery personnel will go to their C units and start collecting packages that are sorted for them to be delivered. They package all of them, take them to their sorting table, start checking the delivery addresses, start arranging the packages according to their delivery. And then once that is done, he signs the manifest. He must sign the manifest because there is a manifest where all those packages he's taken out is written. It's called delivery manifest. It could be a paper copy. It could also be on his phone or on his delivery, the delivery machine he has on him. It's loaded onto it. And so once he signs, he becomes responsible for those packages he signed for. Because if any of the packages miss in transit, he will be held accountable. Because he has already signed the delivery manifest. Then he will take the packages after signing to his box and load them into his box in order of delivery, or load them to the van. So you can see the steps involved here, written dispatch from sorting hub, that they have been sent out of the sorting hub now, then loading onto delivery vehicles, start loading the items. And there are so many things that we use to load. We shouldn't forget that. All these ones are not written here in your lecture notes. You could load by hand, by carrying the package with your motorbike, if you are loading a van, and start arranging them in your box. You could also use a trolley to load. Every vehicle should have a trolley, every van should have a trolley to load. You can also use machines to load. If they are heavy items, load them. For example, when the truck is delivering a generator, big generator, okay, you can use crane to load for delivery. Once the vehicle is loaded, and don't forget in the morning, even before loading, while the people that are sorting are still sorting, because it's not the couriers that will deliver that are sorting, they are sorters. Except in a small operation, it's a small courier company where it's the same person that is loading that is sorting, and that's to be allowed depending on the size of the courier operation. But usually the sorters are different from the delivery people, because the delivery people, at the time when those people are sorting, what are they doing? They are checking their bikes or their vehicles to check whether the tire is okay, whether there is an extra tire, whether there is whether the light is working well, whether there is enough fuel, because all of these things need to be checked in the hub. It's not while they are on the road that oh, sorry, I didn't take enough fuel. My fuel cannot. That will affect your delivery or pickup for that day. You must take that time to check your bike, check your vehicle, check that all your papers are complete, so that you to avoid being harassed on the road by authorities on the road, and ensure that all of those things are checked. And then when they are checked, you can start loading your items on your vehicle. And once you have loaded your item, make sure you optimize your route. How do you optimize? That's part of what I told you earlier on. That is arranging your packages in order of delivery. That's how to optimize your route. Later on, maybe next week, we are going to talk about route optimization. It's a full topic on its own. One of the things you do to optimize your route is to optimize your route means to ensure that you spend minimum time on the road to deliver in your route area. Spend minimum time, and that is, you have to prepare for it. One of them is to ensure that you arrange your packages in order of delivery so that you don't waste time on the road while you are delivering. So optimize your routes, and then finally go and deliver. Delivery to doorstep. Delivery is usually done to doorstep, and delivery is done to the address on the package. You don't deliver to an address that is not on the package. If you get there and they say the person has moved, even if the person calls you, sorry, I've moved, oh, please help me hand over to so. No. It could become a case. You must write back to the home company. The company will now change the address on the system. Then you go and deliver to the right address. If the person is not available, traveled or whatever, except that there is a note that you have already sent to say, okay, please deliver my package to so and so, written the person's name, and then the person will show the ID. And once you get to the delivery point as a courier, knock on the door like a gentleman. You are representing a company. Knock on the door. Hello, my name is so. I'm from so company. I'm looking for Mr. So and so. The person will appear. Oh, you are Mr. So and so. Okay, I have a package for you from so company. All right. If he says, where is the package? Show him the package, but don't deliver yet. He must show an identification for you to deliver to him. And acceptable identifications are driver license, any license, any ID that takes, that was issued based on obtaining biometric information and picture. Those are the ones that you use. Biometric information and picture. You know, the biometric information taken when you are doing your driver license. There's picture taking. Those are the ones that we use. Driver license, international passport, voter's card, NIN, national identification number. Those are the ones that are allowed. Once the person shows it, and it tallies with the name on the package, okay? Then you ask the person to sign your delivery sheet or sign on your gadget, your scanner. I will show you the picture of the scanner. Where somebody is signing. There's a special pen called stylus used to sign on HHDC. I told you what HHDC is last week. Handheld data capture. You sign on it. The moment the person signs, hand over the package. Because the person can collect and say he's not signing. Then you're in trouble. The person must sign. After showing you his ID, then ask him to sign. After signing, then hand over the package. Because it could be a court case where they are inviting the person to attend a court session, and the person may not want to attend. And he says he's not signing. So you must let him sign before you hand over the package. If he's not signing, come back with the package. Consignee refuse to collect. That's an acceptable exception. Consignee refuse to collect. Because they know they have a court case. And the person inviting them to court case already know that they won't collect. That's why they send it through courier. So that is the process of delivery. The moment they sign, okay, some gadgets will allow you to take the picture of the identity or the picture of the person that signed. And then the moment you take the picture, the sign, then you upload it. And that means the delivery is completed for that package. Where there are exceptions, where you cannot collect POD, proof of delivery. Don't forget, proof of delivery is to show that the delivery has been completed. There should be acceptable exceptions, and there is a lot of list of acceptable exceptions depending on courier companies. But there are standard exceptions approved by IATA, where that you can use as an exception. Some things like incomplete address, even though that is now being disallowed because you shouldn't have taken the package out in the first place, or consignee not around, or consignee refuse collection, or consignee refuse to pay. Because if it's a package that the customer must pay before collecting, you must collect your money first before you hand over the package. Because if you hand over the package, you can tell that he's not paying again and lock his gate. So collect your money before pay. If it is a COD, COD means collect on delivery. There are certain packages like that. It's written on the package. This is a COD package. The package whereby you must collect your money before you deliver. And if you deliver without collecting, your salary may go for it, or else you'll find the means of collecting the money from the customer. So exceptions also include wrong address, like I mentioned, consignee not around, CNA, address cannot be found, because there are certain addresses that you think you know the place. Maybe you find 20 Oguntade Street, Surulere, and you get to Surulere, you discover that there's no Oguntade there. You walk everywhere, no Oguntade. Maybe the person wanted to write 20 Oguntade Street, Abule Egba, and you wrote Oguntade Street, Surulere, and you are looking at Surulere, you thought it's a deliverable address. You couldn't find Oguntade Street. So that is address cannot be found. Then you have to return the package and get back to the sender. That's why you need the telephone number of the sender. Your package also cannot be delivered because of so. And you place that as an exception, so that when the person is tracking, that is the information you will see online. And then the consignee or the consignor will provide the right address, and then you deliver. And then most of delivery, you can deliver with the use of motorbikes or tricycle. You can deliver with the use of vans and trucks, particularly when they are bulky items. You can't place bulky items on a bike. You have to use vans to deliver bulky items. And when it's a longer route, you have to use vans or trucks to deliver. Okay? You cannot start a bike and start going to longer routes, new vehicles. Then sometimes you use drones or autonomous vehicles to do your delivery, depending on how the company can afford technology for those drones and the autonomous vehicles. And then what are the key considerations? We have mentioned proof of delivery, and the proof of delivery usually contains the signature and the photo. The photo could be the photo of the picture of the person that collects the package, or the proof of identity. Just snap it, and the person will sign either on paper or on your HADC, and then it's uploaded. Also, failed deliveries handling. How do you handle your failed delivery? Failed delivery are handled either by rescheduling delivery for any reasons. If you couldn't deliver because there is problem in that area, maybe the area boys are causing problem and you couldn't go through, you have to return back. Okay, you couldn't deliver for that reason, or there is bridge collapse, or because there is flooding, natural disaster, whatever, that couldn't allow you to deliver, or time is against you, even though it's not acceptable, but it may be your own issue. Okay, because if you follow your time very well, there's no reason why your time will not be enough for you to do your delivery. If the company has closed before you get there and you don't want to deliver to the gate man, except the man has written and said, please deliver to my gate man, then you could do so with writing. Then, or then you reschedule delivery, you couldn't deliver, or you return to sender. That is RTS. You use your biro, write biro to write on it, RTS. So whoever sees it will know that this package is being returned. Then there's also customer communication. How do you communicate with customers? That is the person that sent the package, either by SMS or by email notification or by tracking and tracing. When he tracks using his tracking number, he can see the next update. Oh, my package has been delivered, and it was received by Mr. Ademola at so time. And you can see the picture of Ademola. You can also see the signature of Mr. Ademola there. Or it could be by SMS, pre-alert, or by email notification. Then what are the challenges of delivery? We have mentioned traffic congestion before, bad roads, address inaccuracies, delivery fraud. Delivery fraud, that is where the package is stolen. There could be accident. I've had series of accidents while delivering. I've had a case of when I was in Courier Plus, and our dispatch rider was going to deliver at First Bank, because we were handling delivery for First Bank, and there was an accident, and the bike fell into the lagoon. The bike fell into the lagoon. Thank God the guy was saved, but the bike and the package and everything fell into the lagoon. It became a serious case, it was insurance. That's why Courier company must go for insurance at all times. It was insurance that covered the cost for us. There are cases where couriers open up their bags, open up packages when they suspect what is inside, and they steal the thing, and they disappear. That is why it's always advisable that before you employ a courier, you must do your background check very well, and let the person be well guaranteed, so that if anything happens, you go for the guarantor. You pick the guarantor. Because we have had cases of people who steal a whole lot. I was the general manager of a company called E-Express. We were in Maryland. I managed that company for 6 months. E-Express, that was the courier arm of a Canadian Electrical Transport. They had a courier arm. You know, I'm sure it is. I don't know if it is still existing now, but I managed it as general manager for 6 months. And one of our drivers took a truckload of wires. He was using a flatbed. I'm sure we know what flatbed vehicles are. We loaded wire, cable wire, to deliver in Sokoto. The guy drove the vehicle to the Niger Republic, passed the boundary of Sokoto and went to the Niger Republic and sold the items and disappeared. He disappeared into thin air. We couldn't trace him. And of course, you know that cables are very expensive. He made a lot of money. He went with that truck, 30-ton truck, you know. So the company just went for his guarantor. He picked his guarantor, you know, and they became a court case and the rest. And the company got back their money from the guarantors. They sold properties and the rest like that. That's why it is good to always get guarantors of your drivers or your dispatch riders, because some of them are horrible. So that's delivery for then customer availability. These are challenges. Customer may not be available at the point of delivery. They will tell you when you call them from the office and from your hub. Mr. So, please, I have a package for you. I'll be in your office at about 3 p.m. to come and deliver to you. He said, no problem, start coming. And by the time you get there, the guy is not available. He's not. You even call his number, you can't reach him again. It's later after you have left. Sorry, I had an emergency. Actually, my battery went down. That's why you couldn't reach me. What kind of a thing is that? And then you have already returned the package to the office. Customer not available. So there are different cases like that that poses challenge to the delivery process. Next slide. Let's look at this, a couple of technologies. Okay, what you are seeing there is an example of a conveyor belt. You can see it's a belt. That thing that you are seeing on the table is just one leg. You could have several legs of conveyor belt in the typical hub. It's electronically or mechanically controlled. Once you place your box on the beginning, the belt will keep on rolling and moving it to the next level. To the next level. And when it gets to the end, another belt may branch to the left or to the right. Okay? There is a robot there, the one I saw in Germany, at Woluwe Hub in Germany, at Cologne. The robot will just steer the belt, the package to the next belt. Or there could be somebody there who will push the package to the next belt, where it will go to be loaded to Cologne. Maybe the package is going to Cologne or going to another city. So there could be several belts. Okay, if UPS has this in the hub in Bagada, and I'm sure DHL has it too. That's a conveyor belt. So there is no stress here. This is all. The picture you are seeing again is a roller belt. You can see there are rollers. Rather, a conveyor belt is roller. This one, all you need to do is put your package on the roller belt and simply push it. This can be done manually or can be done mechanically. You can simply push it so it rolls on the belt, the roller belt, onto the next level. And then somebody else rolls it. I'm not talking about just one package. It could have up to 20 packages that are on this belt. And they are rolling. Rather than people carrying them. If you have to use manual, a lot of people have to be involved, carrying and moving. And there is a limit to which they can carry. That's when you use all these gadgets. Next one, you have scanners. These scanners can be used for pickup and can be used for delivery, depending on the setting. The IT guys can change the setting and use it for delivery after using it for pickup. When you want to use it for pickup, you can see the scan, somebody's one hand using the scanner to scan the barcode there. Every information on that package that is inside that box is on that barcode. The moment that scanner picks the information from that barcode, it enters into the scanner. And when you dock the bottom of the scanner onto the system. It picks the information automatically. And then whatever you do on that package is transferred. And when you are signing and you are delivering to the same thing, the moment you call it up and you sign, it goes onto the mainframe, onto the system. So this scanner is used for pickup. This is the scanner that is used for delivery. It could be the same scanner, could be another scanner. Depending on the setting, you can set it to take delivery. You can also set it to take pickup because it has software and it has SIM card in it. It's the SIM card that allows you to transmit information onto the mainframe. The UPS mainframe, like I told you, is in the United States of America. So all packages in the world goes there. And so when you are tracking, you think you are tracking on your computer. No, you're actually logging in into a mainframe based in US to scan. Okay? When I was in Courier Plus, we built our own mainframe and put it in our hub locally. It's a computer. It's a computer with high capacity, large capacity, where you can log into and track. So you can see the receiver using a stylo. That pen is called stylo. You can use it to sign. Okay, you can use it to sign that this is your package, you have collected it. The moment you sign and your picture is taken, or your picture of ID is taken, a button is just pressed. Once the button is pressed, it transmits the information, including your signature and the picture, into the mainframe. And so whoever can stay anywhere can start tracking the package using the tracking number. And the information you have just collected now is seen. And you can be sure that your package has been delivered. Then finally, your study questions. Number 1, discuss the courier service cycle. Describe the courier pickup process. Number 3, describe the courier sorting process. Number 4, describe the courier delivery process. Number 5, with diagrams, discuss the technologies in the pickup, sorting, and delivery processes of a courier operation. Finally, any question? I'd like to take your questions.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yep.
Yes. My name is Precious, sir. My question is, can I go on? Can you hear me, sir?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, when you were talking about packaging, so my question is this: is it right to ask the consignor to package their items by themselves? What happens to verification of shipments when item is already packaged by the shipper?
Packaging has levels.
That's my question. Okay, sir.
Yes, I heard you. Packaging has levels. Okay.
Okay.
Level of packaging could be get your envelope, put your letter in it, and wait for the courier to come. Or get your envelope, put your letter in it, get a flyer. You know, courier companies have flyers.
Yes, sir.
Nylon. Yeah. Put your envelope in your flyer.
Yes, sir.
Don't seal it. You cannot seal it. That is packaging. You already packaged it, but you have not sealed it. So leave it. Yeah, and leave it for the courier to come and pick. Just arrange it there. Fill your way bill, because sometimes we keep our way bill with customer. They fill the way bill, but for themselves. Or sometimes when there are multiple packages to pick, we send somebody to go and fill the way bill so that the courier will get there, just pack and go. Because the courier doesn't have time to start filling way bill. You have so many places to go to. Fill the way bills. So when he gets there, all the courier will do is to open it up, check the content, and now seal. The courier must see what you are sending. If you're also doing drop-off, you came to our express center to drop it off. You must show the customer service person at the drop-off center the content of what you are sending. Okay, so packaging without sealing so that verification could be allowed.
Okay.
And sometimes, yeah, without sealing,
Okay.
because the person must see. This is after you have been verified that it can be sealed.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another question. Maybe it's not a question.
right.
I need you to recap on when you talked about unloading, offloading. Yes, sir.
Well, it's not as if I deliver a lecture on that. All I said is the process of putting packages into the vehicle or into the courier box is called loading.
Okay.
That's loading. That's the process of taking packages and then putting them into the vehicle or putting them into the courier box. Is called the loading process. And I said when you are loading your courier box, make sure you arrange it in order of delivery. The same thing when you are loading your truck with items, make sure the big cartons are on the base of the vehicle, while the small cartons are on top and the letters are on the topmost. That is the loading process. And when you are unloading, the process of removing packages from either the truck or from your courier box is called unloading, UN, not ON, UN, unloading. And so you start from the one on top. You start removing from the one on top until you get to the one that has been an unloading process. But people use unloading now to replace unloading. Depends on the terminology that the courier company accepts. But generally, it is loading or unloading.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Next. All right. If there is no question, it's already 12 or 2 minutes to 12. We can call it a day. But I'm going to add to your assignments. Though I've not received the one for last week, and I would like to receive both this one for this week and the one for next week. From your study question, can we scroll to the study question? Let's scroll to the study question. Okay, there are 5 questions here. Okay, number 1. Let number 1 be the courier service cycle. It's called the courier service cycle. Just write all you know about the courier service cycle. That number 1 answers number 2, 3, and 4. So when you're asking number 1, just briefly mention something about pickup, then sorting and delivery. But if you are focusing on pickup, which is answering the second question, which is not your assignment for now, you have to dig deep, okay, into your answer. But for now, let number 1 be your assignment for this week. This is called the courier service cycle. Thank you. So I'm still willing to take more questions, and I would like to receive your assignment, starting from this moment. Let the assignment be sent directly to my WhatsApp. Directly. Don't put it on the page.
Okay, sir.
All right. If there's no more questions, over to you, Emmanuel.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you everyone for participating. And thank you, Preshmore Logistics, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you, Ms. Buluwatife. And we believe this has been an insightful and wonderful session throughout. So I just wanted to inform us that I've sent in the assignment into the WhatsApp.
We can't hear you, Emmanuel. We can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Can you hear me now? Yes, so
I was hearing you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. All right. So I said Yes, I said I've sent in the assignment into the WhatsApp group, so I will be expecting everyone to act accordingly to for diligence. And thank you everyone for participating. Mr. Emmanuel, I didn't hear your voice today. I don't know what's happening. And you also have your camera as unusual of you. So I believe that you've also had the session throughout with us, and by the grace of God, we'll meet again next week. Thank you very much, and thank you. Okay, Boluwatife, are you there? Can you hear me?
Appears your audio is faulty.
Yeah, my
Boluwatife, are you there?
network has been, yes, my network has been very bad because the
Oh,
weather is not that.
You can hear.